Assalamu alaikum, and we are back on the Today Show, and I'm your host, Tamanna Mia. We are here with another wonderful guest, Mr. Shubho Saiful, who's a British, Italian, Bangladeshi public health advocate supporting marginalised communities, including refugees and asylum seekers. He trains doctors globally on obesity care and chronic disease management. Today, he's here to inspire and share the community stories for the next generation. Let's have a chat with him. Assalamu alaikum. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thanks for having me.
So let's hear more about yourself. You have a very exciting life working in public health, content creating and advocating for the community, don't you?
Exactly. I mean, as you've said, British, Bangladeshi, Italian, it's very weird to hear.
It's quite exotic, actually. European, Bangladeshi, British. How does that even work?
I was born in Bangladesh. When I was at the age of 2, I moved to Italy and I spent there like 15 years. And then for the past 10 years, I've been living in London. So basically, for my formation, for my studies, I came to the UK.
Wow, that sounds so interesting. So when did you arrive in the UK?
It was in 2013, so it's been almost 12 years now.
Oh, wow, so you're literally one of us.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey and your career. How did that start off for you?
My career started because when I was in Italy, I was already studying a course that it was focusing on biotechnology. So when I came to the UK, I actually didn't have anybody to look up to. So I had to go to my relatives and ask information for my studies and education. I ended up doing something similar to that, and I studied biomedical science in Leicester. And then further to that, I completed my master's in public health.
Great. So you've recently had an exciting trip to Japan, isn't it?
It was in South Korea.
South Korea,
Yeah,
South Korea. So that end of the woods, what are you doing there?
In South Korea, I was mainly talking with partners, advance global health strategies in obesity.
How did you find it a struggle? What was it like, the time zone and the culture difference from the UK?
Yeah, the time zone, that was very challenging. I wasn't expecting the time zone to be that different because there was like 8 or 9 hours difference. So since I was working, I was having my calls at 11 midnight.
Oh, wow.
But then I think it was, I was quite surprised because I wasn't expecting to find that many halal spots. There were like beautiful mosques there as well, and they had like a really big community, a Muslim community that I was not expecting to see.
So you felt kind of at home, would you say?
I met some Bangladeshi brothers along the way, and
Right.
of course, when you meet Bangladeshi brothers, you always feel like you're home.
You have such an exciting life going across the world, and you also go to a lot of meetings, events and conferences and things, is it?
Yeah, that's correct. We do organize our events as well, that we work with our local partners.
There's somebody watching this at home who wants to get involved. How could they get involved more in public health? What do we do as a community?
I do help my local council for Newham Community Project, and we do help marginalized communities.
Oh, great.
So while I was in my studies, I actually managed to get all those opportunities. I did a lot of volunteering, a lot of community-based work, just to build up my portfolio, my CV.
So what would you say are some of the challenges that you've experienced, in this area?
In public health?
In public health and even working with different communities, marginalised communities.
So whenever I find it very fulfilling whenever I work with marginalized communities because they don't tend to have a voice. So I call them the silent community. So whenever I get to hear the stories and whatever they go through, I can help them. They can put the policy into action. That makes me feel really grateful.
Taking initiatives upon yourself, you're doing public health, you're doing community work, you're also doing content creating, aren't you?
That's correct.
So how did you get into content creating?
So it was mainly because 2 years ago, I was a victim of a knife crime. But let's not go further into that.
Okay.
It just mainly that when I hit rock bottom, first thing I wanted to do is to mainly help my community. So that's what I managed. But then after helping my community, I was like, that's not enough. I need to amplify their voices. And that's when I started doing content creation.
Is there any advice for those that are watching that how can we get into content creating if you're starting out?
I think just try to be yourself. It took me some time, and I still trying to find my niche. If you can do things that you enjoy, things that you're doing on a daily basis, I think then it will be such a more enjoyable process. I treat that as my hobby, but then I do enjoy what I do.
Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. How can people find you online?
Usually use Instagram, Shu Saiful. And,
Can you spell that for us?
Yeah, it's SHU, then SAIFUL. Mainly Instagram, but then I'm on YouTube and TikTok as well as my name, Shubho Saiful, and they can find me there.
And where can they find your public health work?
On public health work, they can find me on LinkedIn.
You're happy to talk to people, give advice, and so on.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I do mainly with my audience as well. There's a lot of interaction and engagement, and many times I do advise them in job progression and what to do next.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate you coming on to the show today. So thank you so much to all of our guests here today. We've had a wonderful time in the kitchen making salads and smoothies, and we've had a wonderful time talking to Mr. Sharif Islam and Mr. Shubal Saiful. Make sure you stay with us for the next show on the Today Show. It's Tamanna Mia on the Today Show in the studio in Islam Channel. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Stay safe.